We are the station that brings you stories from the people's perspective.
We'll let your voice be heard. On Political Lens, we'll bring you deeper insights into happenings within the polity.
We create equality of representative opinion and fairness in politics, economic and diverse conversations.
Here, we bring you breaking news, fresh perspectives, as well as fact-based analysis.
Watch our extraordinary shows from the People's Voice, where we get to amplify the stories and concerns of everyday Nigerians, to hashtag.
To Health Check, where we share practical wellness tips and bring you deep insights from medical professionals.
Maritime Frontiers, who dissect issues.
Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to the Issues of Voice of the People TV. I am your host, Jerry Arpeliohai. Tonight, we'll go straight to three major developments shaping our national conversation. First, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has called on the PDP to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the South. Is this a push for fairness or a strategic power move? Second, PDP chieftain Segun Showunmi is under fire after praising President Bola Tinubu, claiming he is smarter than his opponents, including Peter Obi. Showunmi says he is not tied to anyone, but can a party man serve two masters? And thirdly, the people of Mbuji in Enugu State are under attack again. Suspected Fulani headsmen have killed 3 farmers, continuing a cycle of violence that has left over 150 dead since 2021. Community leaders say security forces only show up to pick up corpses. Tonight, we break it down: politics, loyalty, and security. Who is really fighting for the people? After this short break, we'll dig deeper into these topics and more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. We started off with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has called for the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the South. Wike made the call during a meeting at PDP stakeholders, in Abuja, citing fairness, inclusion, and the party's constitution. The meeting, attended by former governors and party elders, aimed to address the party's internal crisis and set a direction for its future. The stakeholders expressed concern about the party's drift towards extinction and urged the leadership to respect the Supreme Court's judgment on the National Secretary position. They reaffirmed Senator Sam Anyanwu as the duly elected National Secretary and demanded that the acting National Chairman and Anyanwu jointly issue notices to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The stakeholders also urged the party members to uphold the rule of law, respect constitutional mandates, and support the National Reconciliation Committee headed by Senator Bukola Saraki. Wike's call for zoning the presidential ticket to the South reflect the party's efforts to promote equity and fairness in its leadership selection process. All right, today I'm delighted to be joined by 2 esteemed guests here in the studio. We have Mr. Peter Nasike. Mr. Nasike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Of course, joining us virtually is Comrade Pius Tuko. He is a public affairs analyst and social commentator. Good evening, Comrade Pius. It's great to have you join us on the issues.
Yes, good evening. Happy to join you this evening. I hope everything is all right over there.
Yeah, everything is calm and good. All right, we'll start off with you because definitely you're close to home on this one, talking about your former governor, Wike himself. Wike is calling for South southern zoning. Is it a genuine push for equity or a strategic move to position himself or his allies for 2027, or somehow make it easy for his paymaster right now, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Yes, thank you very much. It could be an orchestrated plan, just like you're doing some permutation over there. When the news broke out, a lot of people think that it's not true, or he might not say that. Reason being that he's also championing the return of President Tinubu in 2027. So critically, there are two divergent views. One is either he's playing the devil advocate, or the second one is actually looking for the presidency zone to the south so that he might have the opportunity to take it. And if he take it, he might just kill it, kill the interest, just fight for it, collect it, and kill the interest, and allow or score your home goal in some football. When you score yourself, they call it home goal. So looking at some of these analyses, people are very careful to decipher, especially allowing him to call shots at the PDP meeting at this time around, when there are insinuations that people are sponsoring the moving away, the decamping of governors from PDP to APC, and then there are so many bitter notions. So it becomes so obvious what we are actually looking for now. In fact, I didn't know that he can also, at this juncture, command that type of dignitaries. But let me also say that money speaks volumes, because when somebody said for over the years, I have single-handedly been sponsoring the party, PDP, it also means that other people were sitting aloof. And when you say single-handedly sponsoring, if somebody comes to critical analysis of evaluation of monetary expenditures, are you saying that when they pay you as a governor, to your stipends, you put into the PDP to grow, or you have a very inelastic movement to now dip hands into the funds of the state and begin to lavish very tremendously within Nigeria? And because some governors are lords of lords, the acts of ESCC will not board on them, or will not fall on them. Where a situation where somebody said, I purchased all the forms of my political faithfuls in my state, all the House of Reps, I purchased it, all the governors, the governorship forms, the House of Reps, the senators form, councillors and local government chairman, and the thing is going his way. And when it's going his way, you now wonder if another person begin to take such a step, whether it will still be the same thing as the way Wike is doing. And is there any privilege, or what I can call a free ride for such a political gladiator? Is there a different way to deal with Mr. A, and when it comes to Mr. B, you do not bother how to treat the matter? So looking at it, I think that something is fishy, just as I've said from my introduction. But when the water is being, looking moody, then at a proper time, when it's going to be clean, we shall know where we are heading to. Maybe the boat will begin to bet.
All right, let me now go to Mr. Rasike. In George Orwell's book, The Animal Farm, I think there was a contemplation about leadership, and somehow there was a conversation that led to the word that said that all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Does that apply to Wike? Because in spite of all his antics, it seems like Wike still has the say in PDP. Is he supposed to be the person that should be deciding or should be having a say on the decision of PDP with what he has done so far, talking about his anti-party activities?
Citing George Orwell's book, Nigeria is really an animal farm, where APC members are more equal than the others. So you can do anything in APC and then get away with it. The chairman of a local government, what business has he? Understand me? What business has he run? So saying that he sponsored, he bought form for every aspirant in River State. Is it from his? Is it from his pocket money? Is it
from his
salary? From his salary. So if it's another person now, EFCC would have moved in. Moved on him. Understand? Yeah. Begin investigation to do the auditing. So the issue is this: one, River State has been the fowl that lays the golden egg. Understand me? Wike said that he sponsored Banda Mohammed's governorship election. Banda Mohammed is from Bauchi. Wike from River State sponsored his election, and so many other people. He had been single-handedly financing PDP, and the other governors are keeping their own state fund. So Wike is the one. Understand me?
Maybe he was the Father Christmas of the
because he is the owner of Aramco. Understand me? He is from the Saud family in Saudi Arabia, where their oil doesn't run dry. And EFCC is there hearing all this. Rotimi Amechi what is his name? No, sponsored the Buhari's election in 2015. Fashionda. Okay. Understand me? Rotimi Amechi and the Fashionda single-handedly sponsored Buhari's 2015 presidential election. The same River State. So you can see that then go and check the development in the state, and the people are very comfortable with it. Nobody is making noise in River State.
Could that be the reason why the fight for the soul of River State is really paramount to the presidency?
No. After talking of resources, wealth, after Lagos State is a River State, there are multinational there paying huge taxes, getting understand me. So it's a very rich state, but being squandered on other people and not the people of the state. Understand me? So, and right now he's the FCT minister. He has a security attached to him. He has money allocated to him. Understand? Okay. And he is in the very good book of the president. So, and a lot of Nigerians are hungry. Others are scared. So that's why he can do. He can say anything. He can do anything. So imagine saying that the PDP must zone their presidential candidate in 2027 to the south.
Does it mean that he might be interested in running as president for the PDP?
Give that ticket to him in 2027. He will just declare support for Bonamed Tinubu. Understand me? What he wants to do to make sure that PDP will not have any presidential candidate in 2027.
Is it that the PDP are not privy to all of this? That he is working against the party and still allow him to attend BOT meetings and still have a say on where the party should zone their presidential candidate? No. Is it that they are not aware of his antics?
No, everybody has a say. Understand me? Okay. Now, it depends on the weight of your say. Understand me? Imagine he is not the national chairman, he's not the national secretary, but he is giving order that they must recognize Samuel Anyanwu. That's Sam Dede. Sam Dede contested the 2023 governorship election. You know, it's an off-cycle election in Imo. Understand? You cannot be a candidate and still hold an office. Understand me?
Okay.
So once you are given a ticket, you forfeit the office.
Okay.
But because he still holding that position of national secretary, is still helping to create a crisis in the party. So that's why Wike is pushing for Anyanwu that to continue on that
as
position.
the secretary of the party.
Okay, now an instance, if PDP zones their presidential candidacy to the South in 2027, because they are to South, which means 2031 is supposed to be for the South.
For the North.
For the North.
Okay.
So assuming now they zone to the South and wins, would the PDP go for just a term?
A 4 year of 1 year.
Understand
1
me?
term of 4 years.
Because the North is to take over 2031.
So, but it's not written in the Constitution.
Then zoning to the South is also not
It could be a
written to the
party decision.
But Constitution is supreme.
All right.
So for me, what Nigerians want is somebody who will make their life better. Understand me?
Not minding where it's zoned to.
Even if somebody from Algeria runs as a candidate in 2027 and he will do better, Peter Nosike will vote for him.
All right. Okay, let me go to our Comrade Pius. Taking a look at the situation, does it now look like Wike is now making the big decisions? Because PDP is as old or even older than Wike's political career, but it seems like Esau has eaten the porridge and sold his birthright to Jacob, would I say? And then it's now time to collect. Jacob is still is now going behind. Maybe has now won, like the Bible story said, how he won the skin of an animal and took away the birthright of Esau. Is that what we are seeing playing out here in the case of PDP and Nyesom Wike? Because it looks like they've eaten from his largesse, and now they are afraid to even call him to order.
Yeah, just like the very senior comrade said there, during the Amechi's administration, there were a lot of what I can call economic flights, money belonging to River State were always not being accounted for. And they carry it to the center and do what they wish. In fact, they use it to bargain position. They use that money personally to bargain either vice presidential slot. So when it could not come, they will now condescend low to ministerial slot. And that was what Amechi did within that 2015. And his former chief of staff, who later became governor 8 years, told the same line. And, look at how he can pitch tents with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and look at the support and do a lot of support here to tell the man that River State is behind you. What I see there in respect to political parties is that he who pays the piper party takes the tune. And because he has overwhelmingly, if you look at the history of his 8 years in office as the governor of River State, he has been so magnanimous, dishing out our money to the detriment of Rivers people, the very poor, striking citizens within the rural communities, who many of them did not have local latrine or water or health system, were beckoning. While I think Benue State have so many fat money, about 2 times of 200 million thereabout, and Sokoto State were on the list of 600 million. Akwa Ibom State was on the list of 500 million. Lagos State has about 2 times, either 300 million to 200 million. The one that was very tangible is the law school in Bayelsa State also benefited from the largesse. So, and other personal gifts, items, people coming to visit, even people coming to commission projects, some streets, flyovers. There were a lot of political largesse going on. And just like we have stated, we have also rooted here that when it comes to governor, is what I see here is only this man now, with due respect to him, Governor Fubara, that is very prudent and frugal, because you can see that within the 1 year, 10 months of his administration, even when they suspended him, you can see quantum of money, according to sources, over 200 billion, and projects of very high magnitude were also going on, reviving ailing industry, farmlands, and then fishing areas, River State Transport Company, the very dreaded Port Harcourt River Rhine link road that grew up to 230 something billion, very viable, and so much so far. So within the spending limit of the Governor Fubara, you can also see a very big cash flow that he has not gone to the bank to borrow money. In fact, let me say it very quickly. During the Amechi administration, when he saw the money that was in the coffers, he said he will be saving 1 billion every month until he leaves office. Unfortunately, that could not be realizable at the end of the day because the rest was history. And let me say, the stakeholders forum here have been so weak and bastardized, and it's only few civil society organizations that have been doing monitoring. The budget monitoring have been so much poor, in as much as, because that is where the funds are being looted or siphoned from, money from budget project, so forth and so on. So those are the issues that we have seen. So coming for funding of PDP for the past 8 years, then what do you expect? They have actually sold the porridge to him.
All right, okay. It seems like the veteran has been taken, and it looks like Wike is already positioning himself because that was the major issue why he was disgruntled with the way he had managed.
Man that will vote for Wike,
let's keep it civil.
He is a bastard. Wike cannot get vote in the north. So give him a presidential ticket today, he will not know what to do. What he will do is just to declare support for Tinubu for 2027 presidential election. He will announce, I'm stepping down for Boname Tinubu. That's the only thing that Wike can do. He cannot move outside River State.
Without not talking about damping his chances of ever becoming president, because if you have 4 years now and another 8 years from now,
you have more chances of becoming president than Nyesom Wike. You have far more chances of becoming president than Nyesom Wike.
What about the people he has sponsored? At least they should be able to return their support.
Sponsored who? Will you have respect for somebody who stole money and gives to you? In your mind, he's still a thief. Understand me?
You think the president might not be supporting his own ambition eventually?
In what?
Maybe in future, maybe another 16 years, 16 years.
16 years. How old is he?
I don't know.
How old is Tinubu? Forget that. So this is the highest that Wike can be is a senator. Still going back to River State. Understand me? No Northerner can use Wike as a vice presidential candidate, because they know that he has limited himself to River State. So all these things that he is doing, people are watching seriously.
So are you saying that all his efforts in sponsoring governorship elections in other states is all in futility?
Would you have a respect for a thief who stole money and gives to you?
To win elections?
Which company does Wike have in the country that is getting this? You know where this money is coming from. Understand me? So those people there are taking him out. When Duko was mentioning those he gave money to, he gave money to 250 million to Ibazu, a governor of a state. Is that not madness? Because the governor has his own allocation, his own security vote. You are dashing money, while your own people are still there suffering. So people, you say thank you, but in your mind you know that this man is a fool. Understand me? So we can give him presidential ticket. He will not know what to do with it because he cannot move outside River State. Then the G5 governors, what are their value today? Okay, they are from Abia State. Okay, Ibazu is nobody in Abia. He lost his own word in Abia. Understand me? Okay. As an incumbent governor. Okay, Ibazu lost his own word. That shows you how people take him. Ugwuanyi lost his own. Ugwuanyi went for senatorial election. He failed. Understand me? That's a Labour Party candidate is the person in Enugu North as we speak. So what is his own political relevant?
Political capital.
So what they are doing is a kind of rehabilitating them. Understand? Because he used them and dumped them. So now what he can do is maybe give them beg Tinubu that to give them ambassadorial position. Finish. They cannot. Okay, they cannot even win a local government election in Abia. If Ugwuanyi or the same thing, what is the other man? Autumn has been declared a personal non grata in Benue. So for me, they are of no political value. What he's just looking for, maybe they have told him since we left here, nothing again is coming that to us. So we can just want to bring them in, understand, to give the impression that they are still important, but we know that they are not.
Some of the BOT members are already showing support towards Wike's stance on zoning. Does it mean that they might carry this zoning to the south out eventually?
I have said on this program over and over that PDP is a broken down vehicle that will not be repaired until after 2027 election. Anybody that is interested to contest 2027 election should not look at PDP. If Atiku is interested, Atiku must not look at PDP. If P2B is interested, P2B must not look at Labour Party. Because these are broken down vehicles that will not be repaired until 2027 election is over. So if P2B want to contest presidential election in 2027 and he's looking at Labour Party, he may not even contest. Because INEC will disqualify him at the end of the day. Understand me? So, for me, those who are interested in challenging Tinubu must not do it under PDP or under LP.
How come the PDP has a constitution which really talks about the principle of zoning? But in the last presidential election, we saw that through the window when Atiku emerged as the presidential candidate of the party. Is that a mistake or something that they've done into the historical principle of zoning of the party that looks like might not be repaired in the next foreseeable 8 years to come?
One, I'm no more. That's I told you. That's how I feel about PDP.
PDP, yes.
Then the zoning issue was disrupted by Nyesom Wike.
But he didn't get the ticket.
Wait.
Okay.
PDP came on board 1999.
Yes.
Obasanjo went for 8 years.
Yes.
Understand? And Yaradua from the north took it up. Understand me?
Yes.
Yaradua died after 2 years.
Jonathan.
And that's where it
the issue started.
The issue started. Then Jonathan, who is the VP, understand, has to. The idea was Jonathan was to complete the remaining 2 years.
Yes.
Understand me? Then for not to take it up again, because it's their own turn. But Jonathan now ran in 2011.
11, yes.
Being his own first term now, and now want to run for 2015.
They were not happy with that.
That's where the North and Obasanjo said no. That was why Obasanjo tore the membership card. Because they feel that since Jonathan has completed Yaradua's tenure and did 4 years, that power should have gone to the North. Understand me? Even Obasanjo advised him, but some other people told him that he can run. So, but after Buhari's 8 years, PDP want still, even though they're not that in power, they still want to maintain their zoning system. So it's supposed to come to the south. The same thing with even in APC, zoning is not there. Zoning is not in APC constitution. Wow. But Tinubu say after Buhari's 8 years, the power must come down to the south. So now, Atiku said, now PDP wanted that to zone to the southeast. Wike said no, that it should be thrown open. Understand me?
Thinking that he has the
that he has a chance. Atiku did not want to contest in 2023. When it was they set up a committee headed by Samuel Autumn. Understand me? Wike went and bribed them. And the committee threw it open. Understand me? Atiku now says, since they have thrown it open, let me go and buy tickets. Understand me? Atiku says, since they have thrown it open, let me go and buy this. Understand me? Ticket.
Well, as the founding father of the party, one of the founding members of the party, was he not supposed to make sure that zoning was strictly adhered to as part of the constitution?
I say Wike cost it. Wike cost it. Wike cost what is happening now in PDP.
No longer Jonathan. Or even Atiku, who's
I'm
supposed
talking of 2023.
Yeah. Is Atiku not supposed to play the fatherly role?
And do what?
Or as someone that say, no, let's stick to the principles of zoning.
When the committee said that, now that PDP ticket is open. Understand me? So Atiku went and bought ticket. Wike also bought ticket, thinking that his money will work for him. At the end of the day, it didn't work. He become he's naturally a bitter person. So his bitterness increased. Since you don't want me, let us destroy everything.
All right, I understand that Comrade is still standing by, but I would like you to also to contribute to this next conversation, because the PDP is still in focus, where the chieftain of the party, Segun Showumi, has praised President Bola Tinubu, saying he is smarter than his opponents, including Peter Obi. Showumi recently met with Tinubu, sparking criticism that he betrayed his party, the PDP. However, Showumi claims he's an individual who can make his own decisions and isn't tied to anyone. Showumi dismissed arguments that he betrayed Atiku Abubakar saying Atiku is running a coalition that he's not part of. He also praised Tinubu's mental agility, saying the president's brain is very alert and is above average in intelligence. Shomi believes Tinubu's policies shouldn't be demonized and that the president is taking the right direction. He emphasized the importance of engaging with the president to understand his vision. Despite his praise for Tinubu, Shomi stated that he won't accept any appointment from the president while remaining a PDP member. Comrade, can Shomi still credibly claim loyalty to the PDP after publicly praising and meeting with President Tinubu?
I will say in the affirmation, yes, because that is the type of politics in Nigeria. You have also heard the another very important person, former Governor Ayo Fauci, who just also visited President Tinubu and also praised him and said that even though he will not join the APC, that President Tinubu have done well. So this in Nigerian politics, it is not the way they practice in America and United Kingdom and other parts of the world that practice democracy. Our own is a bit different. Our own is that nobody like them. They can go to clandestine meetings. They can get contracts. They can do other things without getting political appointments. Somebody can say, don't worry, give me a contract, and I can give the contract to somebody else, and like that, but I can support you. Don't worry, I'm not in your party, but I will pave way for you. What are you doing? Those things are part of the activities you are giving kudos to other party, even openly, yet you are remaining as a stool or as a move in your current political party. It means that your relevance is no longer needed. But some of them will not leave the seats. They continue to occupy there to score the home goal I have talked about. So it's not only him that is saying that. Ayo Fauci abject. And let me also say that politicians, when they have stayed for a long time and there is no appointment, no contract, they will do everything possible to be relevant. Most of these people have a very big houses, big estates, and maintenance culture is not part of our blood here. So when they run out of cash, the dependents who are depending on them, they'll be looking at ways to say no problem. Political, I mean, so much, many people. So it's not only all these big weight. So many people fall into this trap. So by the time they stay and nothing comes up, to them it is nothing. There's nothing wrong than to praising somebody who is in power. Probably a crumb will fall from the table, and they will begin to celebrate and do justice over it. So just like he has said, what else did you expect? That is part of Nigerian political system. But it's not like that in other parts of the world. And that is why I always query the type of democracy we play here. Maybe our own is African democracy. And begin to define African democracy, we'll begin to look at some elements of oligarchy, monarchism, and then fascism, others imbued inside the democracy. The only thing that paints our democracy is that standing by election or casting vote. In fact, sometimes in Nigerian situation, somebody can cast votes on your behalf and then the vote counts. The machine might not even upload, but they upload on your behalf. So that is the situation here. So I will not blame any of them until one day somebody will come and say, no, we must call a spade a spade. If you are in PDP, stand that you are in PDP. Don't go and attend clandestine meeting. Don't go and form any other thing and come back here. Go. After all, so many times they have planned to expel Governor, the FCC minister, but it's not possible. I don't know whether they are thinking of maybe consequences if they do that. Will there be consequences? Will there not be consequences? So these are some of the problems, but I think it is some of the ailments, some of the malpractices, some of the way we practice democracy here in Nigeria. I don't think maybe the issue will be the same in Ghana or South Africa, where Ramaphosa and other people are operating. Our own is like, well, just join them if you can beat them. And because of that sloganeering, a lot of things are spoiling. A lot of things are spoiling.
If you can't beat them, join them. Because I don't understand how come that the opposition party members, most especially PDP, it has become a norm. Governors are now doing it and the campaign. And now PDP active, loyal members are openly singing the praises of Tinubu. What is Tinubu really doing that is making them sing his praises? Is it that they are seeing what we are not seeing?
The African democracy that is just stomach infrastructure. That is African democracy. The goat follows the man with the leaves. That's definition of African democracy. How that leaf come about, they don't care. So the issue is this: Shegu Showomi said that Tinubu is
smarter than his opponent,
smarter,
including Peter Obi.
Than Peter Obi. Now, an instance, they say only the deep can call the deep. What is the depth of Showomi? Understand me? To know the depth of Tinubu. Understand me? So, but then what is his job? What is he doing that to start with? Understand me? What is his business? So when somebody just like Bawanda that is a lawyer and did not go, and has no chamber anywhere, has no office anywhere, he cannot be where there's no money for a whole year. Understand me? He cannot be where there's no money for a whole year. Doing Okupe, understand me, use a Nigeria police fund to defraud Nigerians, that they were contributing money that's for the welfare of Nigeria police, because he's related to Obasanjo somehow. He used Obasanjo's name to defraud the Nigerians. When that money ended, and he thought that Peter Obi will win. Peter Obi didn't win at the end of the day. What else? He had that to run back to APC. So that is every profession. These people are professional politicians. They don't. That's billionaires without enterprise. In the morning, where do they go? Where is their offices? Understand me? That's how, for me, that's how I judge responsible people. At least in the morning, that must be where you are going.
Yeah.
Where you are going, open door and sit down. Whoever wants to come and see you will come there and see you. So when you ask somebody, what's your profession? You say, I'm a politician. Understand me? So it is this kind of Shegu Showomi, understand? What he's looking for is a job from Tinubu. Period.
He said he's going to reject any political appointment, that he's still loyal to the PDP.
Contract, Inko.
He didn't tell us anything about contract.
Okay. So he is broke. He is looking for money. Infrastructure and problem is what he is facing. Understand me?
Okay.
Infrastructure problem is what he is facing.
Are you saying hunger and is motivating factor for the PDP members?
One, hunger and EFCC.
Okay.
Hunger and EFCC. Let me even tell you, most Christians going to church is not because they love God or that they love Jesus. It's the fear of going to hell. Understand me? It's fear of going to hell that makes them that to go to church.
Okay.
So it's not that they love God or that they love Jesus. So these people rushing to APC is either that they are hungry or their record is haunting them. It's not that APC is a bad product, we all know. Understand me?
Maybe, definitely you know better.
APC is a bad product, we all know. But some people, their integrity is being hungry, seeing food and saying no. But it's not what everybody can do.
Wow.
So that's why Shegu Eshowomi, Daniel Boanda, Okupe, Rino Omokri, Fanika Yode, all of them are going there because they have no integrity.
Okay, we're pressed for time. Comrade Pius, I would have loved us to deal with what is happening to Enugu State because it looks like the Fulani suspected headsmen have reportedly attacked the Umbuji community in Enugu State, Nigeria, killing 3 people and leaving 1 missing. That's continued to become an issue. We hope that the security operatives will swing into action so as to nip this in the bud. I want to say big thank you, Comrade Pius, for being a part of the show this evening. It's been a pleasure having your insight on the issues.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a wonderful moment being there with you on there today.
All right, have a good one. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Nasike. It's been a pleasure having your insight on the program.
Thank you, too.
All right, of course, Wike wants that zoning. Showumi stands with Tinubu and Mbuji is left to bleed. As power plays unfold in Abuja, communities are begging to be heard. What does all this mean for Nigeria's future and who is really accountable? Thank you for watching The Issues. I am Jerry Arpeliohai. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep asking the questions that matter. Good night, Nigeria.